Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that I learned today that's very important. Now, I had some trouble a couple of weeks ago. I was feeling some pains in my chest, and I didn't know what it was. I just started exercising, and I talked to my doctor about it. She suggested I get a stress test, so I had a stress test. And then after the stress test was taken, they said, we see that there's certain areas of your heart not getting enough blood, which they believe there's blockage. So I was set up to have a angioplasty done, which is quite fascinating, where they take a tube and they insert it into an artery and work all the way up to your heart and then put dye in the heart, and then they can x-ray it and see how things are working. I had all that done today. I got poked and prodded all over the place here. And they put it in, like, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, right here in the wrist. And they run it all the way up your arm. And then it works its way to the heart. And they can actually have a little balloon that expands and whatever to spread things out. There's a little bit of like plaque, as they call it, in the artery. And as they went through, they discovered I had some, and they did some cleaning of it. I'm on medication now that got these pills that are big, huge things. Very, very important. And yeah, they're I don't know what they're called, statins, and they're made for cleaning out and cutting down on cholesterol and stuff like that. And so I'm fine. I can start exercising actually in a couple of days. I need to rest a little bit and get myself over all of this and make sure there's no bleeding or anything like that. The other thing is this, that think about how fortunate we all are to live in this age, if you think about it. How lucky we are to have cures and medical techniques and, all these various things that exist today. I've talked about the fact I had retinal detachment, and I had, 3 operations on it, and that took the course of a year. But if I had been born 100 years ago, I'd be blind. That's the amazing thing about it. The other thing is this whole technique of this angioplasty. It's incredible. And how many millions of lives it has affected and changed. How many millions of lives have been affected and changed by the advances in retinal detachment and many of our understandings of medicine and the body itself. The age of modern medicine, and we'll call it modern medicine today, 100 years from now, they'll probably call us primitive, but that's fine. But the thing is, if you think of it, go back 100 years. It's a totally different world. There's no penicillin, there's no antibiotics, there's very little that they could do. And if you had high blood pressure or blockage, well, you died, had a stroke, had a heart attack, or whatever. So, I'm very, very lucky. And I wanted to stress this point, that you and I are very fortunate beneficiaries of amazing new technologies. And with that being said, take advantage if you can. If you have pains, make sure you see a doctor. Check your blood pressure often. Very important. I've learned these things in some ways the hard way. I've checked my blood pressure, but now it's a requirement that I will do for the rest of my life, to check my blood pressure always take medications to keep everything clear. And that's a very easy and happy trade-off. So I'm very lucky. I'm in the new age, at least the age of now. I'd love to be a fly in the wall 100 years from now and see what they can do. I wouldn't be surprised they'd have like shops full of body parts that are grown, that are created not from other bodies. But perhaps even at the time of our birth, we could create body parts from our bodies ourselves. I don't know, using various things. It's not my area of expertise at all, but I wouldn't be surprised that you'll reach a point that, like changing a water pump on a car, will be just about as simple with us changing various organs and taking care of various things. Amazing world, and I'm glad I'm living now. Thank you so much and have a great day.